Christian Disney, Jimmy Croxton, table 13.
The players lag. Greg Batten versus Carl Morris. So Greg gets frame number 1 underway, and a dry break. I think Carl may have already overrun that. He's touching ball. So it could very quickly be end of break. But luckily for him it is touching ball, because he can run in behind this little triangle of yellows. A couple of magicians playing on the table. Greg Batten, very well known as a magician, amazing at card tricks. I've shared some of his card tricks in the past, but you'll probably see them on his Facebook. He really is very, very good. Known as Pac-Man. Carl Morris, of course, another magician. Houdini. Got his name because he is very much an escape artist, a great tactician. Of course, a world champion in his time. We would have to go back all of 23 years to 1998 when Carl Morris, a young Carl Morris at that, lifted the title and became world champion. He's was squeezed in between two other players from that era, Rob McKenna, the Welshman who beat Lee Kendall in 97, and then in 99, famously, the Australian Quinton Hann, arguably one of the greatest players to ever pick up a pool cue, but obviously a short-lived career, who won the title in 1999, beating Terry Hunt, and sandwiched between Carl Morris, who beat Keith Brewer. And 23 years on, he's still creating some of the magic on the table. I think unarguably one of the grittiest and toughest opponents to beat. You literally have to peel him off the table. He fights for every single ball. As always, please do like and share the stream. Your support is always appreciated. Cue ball's going to be running here, really dependent on a good kiss. If he hits anywhere on the inside of that red ball, then he should be absolutely fine. And that was, well, firstly, he's got two. That's me again. Just not focusing. I was just looking at the scores on the other table, so I apologise. I missed the fact that he had a couple of visits. Absolutely didn't realise that one. Don't know if you eagle-eyed guys at home saw that. Scores around the room. Look at that top game. Phil Harrison, Jasper Simmons. Jasper went out to a 3-0 lead. He was then trading 5-3. He's now pulled it back to 6 each. Momentum looks like it's with him. Batten 4-2 up against Malcolm Poston and Sean Story 5-2 against Eddie Barker. Jake Dillon, Newlove tied up at 4 apiece with Danny Davis. Just in the background there on table 2, that's Emma Cunningham. Emma, we know, is playing Bradley Ellis, and she's 3-2 up against him. She's playing well this weekend. Some other notable scorelines. David McNamara is on the hill against Jack Whelan. Tom Price has beaten Tony Blount 7 frames to 1. Matt Brierley was 3-2 down. He's now winning 5 frames to 3 against Andy Williams. Scott Gillespie on the hill against Sanjay Patel. Scott Pope back in action playing Glenn Cahir. Scott's 5-2 ahead. And Glenn Hannibal on the hill against Rob Warren, 6-5. He's not happy. Showed his disappointment as soon as he got that connection, but I don't think this is really that bad. Everything's got a pocket now. Nothing else to develop, nothing tied up. It's just about the order you take them in. Obviously wants to dispatch this ball over the right corner very soon, probably next, because that then opens the path for the other one down the rail. So I think that has to be his next ball. It's just a case of feeding the cue ball back through the gap. It's threading the needle, there's not much of a gap there. Yeah, that's gone wrong. We'll feel aggrieved. I think he would have felt he's going to be on something. Neither of these reds passed to the top corner, so it looks like it's probably going to be a double. I think the red doubles to corner. He's going to be playing this at pretty much, actually it doesn't double to corner. It's a reverse double. I got a bit of help. I was going to say I thought it was a cross double to corner, but it doesn't go past that yellow clearly from that angle, so it was a reverse double, and he got a little nudge on the yellow on the way through, which helped it in. Puts his hand up to apologise. This is a thin cut. That could have gone wrong. The thing is, the cue ball comes around the angles and it catches up with the yellow and can quite often catches up with the red and quite often can get in the way. But in that case, it actually did him a favour. In pretty good shape now. What I like about Carl is I don't think there's any question that he was born with a natural gift. I think there's certain players who are just, they look so natural on the table. Players like Tom Cousins who were just gifted. I mean, I'm not saying they don't work at it, but it's just gifted with a natural talent. And Carl, he's gifted with absolute grit and determination. There's no question in my mind that he can do with a cue ball what some other players can do. He can't make it dance around the table like others can. He just tries to keep it simple. He's not quite as he's not, say, as a good a potter as someone like a Gaz Hibbert, say. He's not, doesn't have quite the cue ball control of someone like Phil Harrison. Doesn't have the massive break of a Tom Cousins. But what he does have is a good all-round ability, a massive determination, and a brilliant B game. And quite often, a great C game as well. So, time for Greg to shine now. We also know what Greg Batten's capable of. Another player adopting that cut break. And actually, it's been good to him. The yellows. Wow. I say yellows. You can make a case for either. I think it would be yellows. They're very open. It's really just about the path that he sees. It's one of those you need to time well. These players make these shots look so easy, but they really are tough. A club player rattles this so often. Look at that. Just lovely timing. Doesn't try to do too much with the cue ball. Just strokes it in and the cue ball across table. And in great position. But those shots are tough. Anyone who plays league pool at home at the moment will know exactly what I mean when I say that. Matt Brierley just ahead of Andy Williams, 6-5 and on the hill. Ian Davenport 3-1 against Harjeet Singh. That's just on the left-hand side of your screen there on table 14. You can see Harjeet at the table. Reds. And I think this will be 3-1 in a bit of a hurry. Don't think that was the plan for the cue ball. Maybe he quit on it slightly and the cue ball's just run through a couple of inches too far. I mean, he's okay, but you don't really want to be playing these from the jaws of the pocket. Not doing too much wrong at the moment, Carl Morris. He's 2 frames up at 3 frames to 1. It's Greg's break in the 5th. Emma Cunningham 5-2 up against Bradley Ellison. Ian Davenport now 3-1 against Harjeet Singh. Steve Smart 5-1 against Richard Chapman. So not only is Steve Smart here this weekend, Steve Smart also didn't go out in the first round, as somebody thought earlier. He actually beat Alex Bailey 7-5 in the first round, and winning comfortably now, 5-1 up against Richard Chapman. Matt Brierley and Andy Williams have gone heel, 6 frames apiece. Knew he was leaving a red. And I guess wants to throw the gauntlet down and say, have a go. Both sets are tricky. Has he left this red he's closest to through the gap? If he has, that was a bit clumsy, I think, because yeah, he did. And now, well, suddenly everything's on. All of the reds are on. I thought he'd only left the one long to the top left, up the left-hand side cushion, but actually having left that, there's nothing much stopping Carl now. Carl obviously spotted a bit of fluff or something on the side of his cue. Just doing some running repairs. Nice kiss. I'd say that was exactly as planned. Not quite sure what he was looking at there. Maybe to see whether the black passes the yellow, perhaps. I don't know why, because the black, he's looking again at whatever he was looking at. Well, it must be the black, yeah. Does it pass the middle? But surely the black, I mean, it goes to bottom left, so. I don't think he's ever planning on playing that black into the left middle. Well, unless potentially he was just looking to see whether he can leave this red to bottom right as his last ball. That's the only thing I can think, but I'm not quite sure why you would. Why would you not leave one of the balls at the top of the table to the last ball and then play the black to bottom left? it seemed from the outset that this was a fairly straightforward finish, but my goodness. I mean, he's having a look again at whether it goes in the middle, but how would you even land on it to play it to the middle with the angle that he's got? Surely you'd just drop it over to the left-hand side and play it long to top left, top right, don't you? Exactly like that. Got there in the end. Now leads 4 frames to 1. Whoa, nearly lost the cue ball. So much top-spin on it. It shows that he really didn't time that at all. You don't want to be playing with that much top. It's hit the front, and the top's taken so much, it's almost span into the middle pocket. And then the spin's gone again. Another fiddly finish. Doesn't help much. Tried to knock that yellow out, but with the black acting as a goalkeeper, it was never going to come out properly. It does now go to the top left pocket. It's about the only place it does go, though. Maybe top right past the black. But I think he'll be trying to move it again. A very nice shot from Greg there. He controlled it really well just to push that red up over the top left pocket. But can still land on the yellow if he needs to. He's got to say, I mean, he's doing it slowly, but it's effective. He's playing well.
Okay, 9 o'clock session. On table 2, Josh Kane, Josh Goodham. Josh Kane, Josh Goodham on table 2. On table 3, Tom Cousins, Andy Day. Tom Cousins, Andy Day, table 3. Table 4, Josh Corkett, Phil Parkin. Josh Corkett, Phil Parkin, table 4. Table 5, Carl Sutton, Leo Fernandez. Carl Sutton, Leo Fernandez, table 5. Table 6, Sam Boom, Vivek Mack. Sam Boom, Vivek Mack, table 6. On table 7, Spencer Daniels, Ben Young. Spencer Daniels, Ben Young, table 7. On table 9, Cam Kendall, Gary Southern. Cam Kendall, Gary Southern, table 9. On table 10, Jack Schofield, Neil Randall. Jack Schofield, Neil Randall, table 10. On table 15, Luke Cronin, Wade Morley. Luke Cronin, Wade Morley, table 15. On table 16, Josh Juhaz, Dan Eaton Lees. Josh Juhaz, Dan Eaton Lees, table 16. On table 17, John McAllister, Dylan Leary. John McAllister, Dylan Leary, table 17. And finally for now, on table 18, Clinton Hansen, Andrew Lister. Clinton Hansen, Andrew Lister, table 18. Next match on table 19, Lee Kendall, Ben Flack. Lee Kendall, Ben Flack, table 19. Thompson, top table. Next match on table number 12, Jamie Clements, Enrico Forgioni. Jamie Clements, Enrico Forgioni, table 12. match on table 11, Steve Prince, Callum Singleton. Steve Prince, Callum Singleton, table 11.
Sorry, just a break from the comms action just for 5 minutes or so there. We just had a couple of visitors into the commentary box. Attention was taken aside for a moment. And you just saw Carl Morris making a decent effort at that clearance. Obviously just coming up shy on the black. Potted the last yellow out the snooker and, well, half a chance for Greg.
At best.
Yeah.
Not nice.
And
can he? No, I'm thinking maybe cut it in and just clip the red.
Cut the one in the middle and try and clip into
the red. But it's so risky. You're flirting with.
Yeah.
You got a death wish to play that shot.
You know, I mean, he may be forced to though.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because I can't see there's no safety on really.
Could try and play for the re-rack. Is there a re-rack?
No.
Is there no re-rack?
No.
Is that black ball on? Black and red. Is it? Yeah, yeah. Put the flat.
Half and Dad with us at the moment, just asking if he could play for the re-rack, but not in this rule set. So I think he is going to play that shot. He was just trying to leave himself a slightly better angle. Maybe he was just a touch thin. So he's left himself a bit better here. So probably easier to judge now. The cannon. Well, definitely not playing the cannon.
Yeah, he's going to have to block the one.
So yeah, he's just gonna.
You could play it cushion first. Cushion first and make sure the black hits the cushion.
He thinks that he can squeeze the red to the cushion first and just bring the black just slightly down the cushion and then cover the pocket with the red. That's what he's looking at. Just to bring the black slightly away. Obviously don't want to bring it too far because he'll may leave half a chance at a double. Needs to be delicate. Yeah, that's no good. He's having a close look to see if he has put some kind of cover in, but I fear not.
Why did he go cushion first into the red? White gets glued right behind it. And up and down. Stops the
Wow, it's tight, but this goes.
Oh, easily goes.
So another frame goes by the way, and it's Carl Morris who gets himself to the hill. He's in a comfortable position. All the pressure now on Greg Batten. He trails by 4 frames. And I'll leave you just for a second with all the rest of the scores from around the room.
Next match on table 20, Alex Lewis, Steve Petty. Alex Lewis, Steve Petty, table 20. Viper bar.
So, break from Greg. Decent, solid break and amongst the balls. Yellows look pretty good. And needs these. Needs to put everything now.
So Greg with a good chance to reel one back. It's a long way back, but oh, it's Carl at the Mori at the table. So
Indeed.
Greg will not be coming back by the looks, because Carl's got a nice finish here. Oh. I said he had a nice chance at the finish, but he's missed the first toughish ball. Wobbled that. Yeah, I think looking at Greg's body language, he looks a bit resigned, doesn't he? It's never easy when you're this far behind, to be fair, to not look like that, but when you're as capable as he is, it's never over. Remember when he played Nosco in the money match, was it 24-15?
Yeah.
Got to 24 all, didn't he?
And then missed the ball.
Yeah.
Remember it well.
He's left this tough.
Yeah.
He's got to flick this in with side now. Played it well. Six, 3.
And Greg showing what he is about, what he's capable of,
Yeah.
which we know he just doesn't seem to be able to do it with any kind of consistency recently.
No. No, and he beat Mick at the in the second Ultimate Pool event, the last one.
Yeah.
He played ridiculously well. Played
6-2
really,
down.
really well. Yeah, 6-2 down. Played similar scoreline to this. So, he's still got he should know that he's capable. If he can beat
Yeah.
Mick Hill from 6-2 down, he can definitely beat. Well, Carl Morris is also very good, obviously,
Yeah.
but he can beat Carl from 6-2 down as well. Just got to hope the chances come. You almost forget the scoreline when you're 6-2 down, don't you, and just play it frame by frame.
Yeah. He still looks pretty comfortable sat over there.
Yeah, he's
Just
very laid back, isn't he?
yeah. That cue ball was flirted
Flirting.
with the
About
the
every ball
middle
on the
pocket.
table.
Yeah.
Every ball on the table.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want that as your missus with the amount of kisses it gives out.
Horrendous.
Yeah, he should be getting the yellows from here, you would have thought.
Yeah.
Is he going to stun up into the red? Yeah. These should be gone. Greg's not going to have 9 lives this time. I say that, and then all of a sudden he's decided to leave himself bridging over 2 balls. This is not easy. Is he tall enough? Yeah, he's okay. But he's going to lose the white ball a little bit here. Doesn't like it, he's not a fan. And this is now awkward again. He's buried on the rail. He can't do anything with the white. I think he can drop onto the black, can he? Yeah, this should be match over. Just flip the black half ball. Has he blocked it?
Well,
It
no,
goes.
he's got a gap.
I think it goes.
That could have so gone wrong.
Yeah.
If that black's a inch further up the table, then
He's in big trouble.
he hasn't got a shot.
Just drop it through, leave it the yellow in the corner. There we go. There we go. I think he can just about soft stun this to leave the black in the middle, or even top it through. Don't think he's got to do anything with the white. Yeah, soft stun. Match over. Well done, Carl Morris. Well played.
Yeah, good stuff. Solid performance by him. And
Unlucky
fist bump.
Greg.
And that's the end of that. And next up on stream, I think we've got Sean Chipperfield against Mike King. So another good game to look forward to.
That'll be attacking.
Yeah, it should be very good. And we're going to go across and have a couple of words with Carl.
What was the score?
joined by Carl after that game. Carl, I mean, you know Greg's game, you know him well. Always a tough opponent.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get a tough game against him, but a good performance by you.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody who knows me, who knows my history, knows that first match, you go in there cold. And in all honesty, when I got drawn with a bye, and I looked at the draw, and I thought, if I could play Greg Batten, but the fact he was playing the match before I was playing him, and he was warm and I was cold. And in all honesty, I didn't really fancy my chances. But when I saw that he had a walkover, I thought to myself, well, that's good. He's had no warm-up.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I played solid. I surprised myself because I don't usually play that good in the first match. Towards the end, I made a couple of mistakes. But in all fairness, he didn't really get the run of the ball, green or grey. And he didn't get the balls off a break as well, so I think I had a bit of a head start there.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a big thinker in the game, aren't you? You put a lot of thought into everything. You plan the route around the table, and then you spend a lot of time thinking about what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
Whereas other players are very much more instinctive.
Yeah, no, that's always been my game because I mean I'm 44 now. I started when I was very young, but I grew up in the old EPA era. And in the old EPA era, you had to think everything through. There was no crash bang wallet, there was no skill shot, there was no deliberate foul, none of that. It was like a game of chess.
Yeah.
And the only way that you could be the best was to be the best thinker.
Yeah.
And that is where I was heading, everything going great, and then suddenly they changed it to world rules, so I've had to adapt. But that aspect of my game I've kept because it's my strongest point, my knowledge of the game, reading the game, working out a clearance where the less I have to do with the cue ball, the better.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like Greg and all these players out there, I can't just leave the white ball anywhere on the table and just smash them in. I'm just not good enough a potter.
And I mean this in the nicest way, because when you say you're 44 years old, it feels like you've been around forever, because of course your World Championship was 1998. So 23 years ago. And as I say, like when you say 44, I'm not saying you look older, but it just feels like you've just been around the scene for so many years.
I see people who are maybe a little bit younger than me, but they've been around and started even younger than me. To look at them and know that even 40 is quite hard to take in, but there we go.
And your family watching at home, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah.
Olivia was just on the phone to you straight away after the game. They're proud of you watching Dad. They always enjoy watching your games.
The moment I came off, my phone rang and it was Olivia. And it's Olivia and James is watching. This is for you. I mean, they're only 8 and 10. So.
Yeah, Daddy did well. And onwards to the next. Do you know who you've got next?
I've absolutely no idea.
No idea, don't care.
No point worrying about it.
Doesn't matter.
The only reason I had to look at who I was playing was because you need to know what time you're playing.
Yeah.
But then on the clue score, I just tend to have a look and see what time I'm playing. I try not to look at who I'm playing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, does it? You can just do one frame at a time. You focus on the frame, and then you get down. You play the shot. Once you've worked out the frame, it's frame 2. No point worrying about it.
Yeah.
Next match, no point worrying about it. That's what people do. When people come up to me saying, oh, you've got a good draw, that is my pet hate. Because that, one, I think is being disrespectful. 2, it puts pressure on me because they're expecting me to win.
Yeah.
I don't play pool like I used to. I have to really, really try these days because I don't practice. I just come here and I try and wing it.
Yeah.
But I know that if I can get that on and I can just control the clue ball, I don't have to be the best player in the world to win. It's a grit and determination, I think.
Carl, it's always a pleasure watching you play, and we have to make way. The next game's ready to go, so we're going to have to make way for them.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure watching you play. It's great to see you winning,
much, Nick.
and best of luck for the rest of the event.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Cheers, Carl. We're going to be right back with the action. There's Sean Chipperfield against Mike King. They're there waiting for you. See you there. I think he went off anyway.
Next match on table 13, Connor Tracy, Ryan Bosworth. Connor Tracy, Ryan Bosworth, table 13.